Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB and today's the 18th of August 2025. And last weekend, guys, President Donald Trump did actually meet President Putin. And looks like the meeting was kind of successful in a way. Because this week, guys, a lot of the European leaders, they're going ahead and meeting President Donald Trump at the White Office. So we will find out in a week's time or so if the world is heading towards world peace. And look, as if that thing happens, it'll be a great achievement for President Donald Trump. But more importantly, guys, when you talk about it at a macro level, it would mean that world is so much safer, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the outcome to this is. Now, at this point of time, none of these things are finalized, isn't it? And if you look at it right now, there's still geopolitical uncertainty. And because and only because of that, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies have marginally fallen down. And only because of that, guys, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies hasn't been pumped up. And since the last 3 months, guys, I'm looking at one specific matrix that does give us some indication as to what the investor confidence is, particularly in the Bitcoin and cryptocurrency space, and that is regarding the ETF inflows. And since the last 24 hours, guys, there is still outflows in comparison to inflows, and because of that, the prices of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies hasn't pumped up. So it's going to be really interesting to see what happens at the geopolitical level, particularly this week. And later on today, we'll get some indication as to what the meeting between President Donald Trump and Zelensky is, isn't it? And I'm pretty much sure the outcome of that news, guys, will directly and indirectly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. Now look, guys, politics and politicians, they directly impact the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. As a matter of fact, we're going to be talking about a really interesting news all the way from India. And Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, that is focusing on educating politicians all around the world on Bitcoin. They have actually set up a Bitcoin think tank all the way in India. So in today's episode, we'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about. And they are focusing on very specific idea, guys. They are focusing on sovereign and mining in India. They're also advocating for policy and research. They're also focusing on strategic research in the world of Bitcoin. And more importantly, guys, their prime focus is on educating not just politicians but even average individuals. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on what this news is all about. Now, along with Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, I have also launched a project called as Bitcoin DXB. And the goal of Bitcoin DXB, guys, is to educate politicians, high net worthy individuals, government and institutions, lawyers as well as educational institutes. And the goal is pretty simple, guys. I want to go ahead and educate them on Bitcoin at the beginner level, advanced level and technical level. So if you guys want to go ahead and collaborate on this, guys, drop me an email to info@blockchaindxb.com. Now the next news, guys, is a really interesting one, and this is connected to banking that is connected to cryptocurrencies and Fintech. Now we know under the Biden administration there was Operation Choke Point 2.0, isn't it? And essentially the banking industry in the United States of America, guys, they were discouraged to offer banking services to crypto as a service firms. But looks like with the new administration, guys, the banking industry has withdrawn quite a lot of things. And if you actually go to the official Federal Reserve Board website, guys, they have officially announced that they've withdrawn the Novel Activity Supervisory Program that was actually created in 2023 under the Biden administration, and that was to oversee banks' involvement in crypto and fintech. So look, guys, under the Trump administration, regulators are now adopting a friendly approach to digital asset industry, isn't it? Really important stuff in my honest opinion. As a matter of fact, guys, there is news circulating in Dubai that a lot of banking giants will be offering banking services to services that are provided by cryptocurrency firms. Really positive development for the industry, I guess. Now the next news, guys, is a really smart move by OKX exchange, and they have decided to burn $26 billion in OKB tokens, and because of that, guys, they have reduced the supply to 21 million. Now imagine, guys, burning $26 billion worth of OKB tokens. That is a ridiculously large volume, isn't it? And if you look at it in terms of the token amount, guys, that is exactly 279 million Ethereum-based OKB tokens. So look, guys, essentially what they're doing is they're reducing the supply of the token, and it's basic economics, isn't it? If you go ahead and reduce the supply, the demand will go ahead and increase. So what I'll do, guys, in today's episode, I'll go ahead and discuss what this news is all about, and I'll also go ahead and explain, guys, how does the burning mechanism actually works. And when you talk about central bank digital currencies, guys, me personally, I'm a definitely detractor of central bank digital currencies, but central bank digital currencies can better manage inflation due to burning mechanism. So I'll go ahead and explain how the burning mechanism works. So it is a really important and clever way to go ahead and manage your supply. Now the next news, guys, is connected to one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchange, that is Kraken. And this news, guys, is connected to Monero that I talked about last week. Because last week, guys, one of the firm, that is Cubic, they did actually claim that they are 51% of Monero's hashing power, isn't it? And they did try to create a bit of panic in the Monero world. And because of that, guys, they decided to temporarily pause deposits into Monero. So we'll definitely go and touch base on this news. But it's really important to note, guys, so far as the withdrawals of Monero XMR is concerned, guys, the withdrawals are working perfectly fine. So we'll definitely go and touch base on this news. Now we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. And like we do in every Blockchain DXB podcast, we will be looking at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And both the news, guys, are connected to artificial intelligence. The first one is a massive news that is connected to Dubai Airport. And Dubai Airport, guys, they have launched the first AI-powered passenger corridor. So really interesting development. So I'll go ahead and discuss how artificial intelligence ensures seamless transit while at the same time maintaining high security standards. Really interesting development in the world of artificial intelligence, and it is absolutely no surprise that so far as the airline industry is concerned, Dubai Airport is actually leading the race. Now the next news, guys, is all the way from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia, and this is connected to the tourism industry in the world of artificial intelligence. And this is in the world of tourism meeting artificial intelligence. And the news essentially, guys, is Saudi Arabia taps artificial intelligence along with immersive tech to go ahead and drive tourism growth. So we'll definitely go ahead and touch base on what this news is all about. So we have quite a lot of interesting things to cover, guys, in today's episode. Let's kickstart with it right away. Hey everyone, this episode is powered by a new sponsor, that is Monero, and they are the region's first and fastest growing regulated all-in-one trading and investing app. So look, guys, whether you're looking into invest in US stocks like Apple or Tesla, or mega giants like ADNOC or Salik, Monero puts the financial markets on your fingertips. It includes gold, foreign exchange, ETFs, futures, commodities, and guess what, guys? They have over 375 cryptocurrencies, and this makes them the biggest crypto selection in the region. Now for the Blockchain DXB listeners, guys, if you want to go and build long-term wealth without thinking about it every day, explore Monero's pre-built auto investment plans, and all you have to do is set your monthly budget, choose your preferred asset category, and let Monero automate the investing for you. Zero fees, zero lockups, 100% customizable. And here's the thing, guys, funding your account is easier than ever. You can fund your account with Apple Pay, Google Pay, credit cards, instant bank deposits, and even crypto wallets. No friction and no hassles. And the best part is, guys, let's say if you need support, you would absolutely love Monero for this, because they offer 24/6 human customer service, as well as a personalized sales support, real people, real help, and the customer support is in English as well as in Arabic. And for the Blockchain DXB listener and community, guys, I do have something really exclusive for you. What you can do is register with Monero using the code Blockchain DXB, or you can also use the link that is in the show notes below. And here's the best part, guys. Once you register, fund your account with a minimum of $100 and at least go ahead and make one trade, and then you'll receive a $100 trading bonus credit to your account the following month. But look, guys, it's real important to note, the bonus is non-withdrawable. It is there to help you trade and learn. So look, guys, if you're looking for a transparent, powerful and easy to use app, that's Monero for you. So what are you waiting for, guys? Download the app now, or you can also visit the website that is monero.app, and don't forget to use the code Blockchain DXB. And Monero, guys, is all markets one app. Next, guys, I'm happy to announce that Blockchain DXB is the official media partner with one of the OGs in the cryptocurrency and blockchain event space, and that is Blockchain Futuristic Conference taking place in Florida this year, as well as ETH Women taking place simultaneously. And trust me, guys, this is an event that you don't want to miss, isn't it? Because for the very first time, North America's most immersive Web3 event is heading to the United States of America, and the Blockchain Futurist Conference and ETH Women event is actually taking place between the 5th and 6th of November. And the location is absolutely stunning, guys. It is taking place at Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, which is in Hollywood, Florida. That's right, guys. Palm trees, panels, and the biggest mind in blockchain and cryptocurrency is all in one place. So there will be multi-stage panels, NFT galleries, DeFi showcases, hand-on tech demos, metaverse experiences, even outdoor VIP cabanas, and quite a lot more. And the Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, guys, is one of the most iconic venues in the country. So look guys, if you're in the Web3 space, cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, or even artificial intelligence space, or just want to do some serious networking, this is the place that you got to be. And to all of you Blockchain DXB listeners guys, we have something really interesting for you, because you can get a 25% off the tickets. So just use the code DXB25, and the link to the event as well as the code is in the show notes below. And as an official media partner, I'll be doing exclusive live coverage, interviews, behind the scenes access, and I will be spotlighting some of the most exciting projects shaping the future of decentralized finance tech. So if you're at the venue guys, definitely come and say hi. Maybe we can catch up for a coffee as well. So listen guys, the code is DXB25, and by using this code you will be eligible for a 25% discount. And the event is taking place between the 5th and 6th of November 2025 at the iconic Guitar Hotel at Hard Rock, that is in Hollywood, Florida. And in the show notes below guys, there's all contact details for Blockchain Futuristic Conference Florida 2025 as well as Eat Women. And look guys, this is the future of blockchain technology brought into life, so don't just read about it, be there and head to the website that is futuristconference.com and go ahead and use the code DXB25. So see you at the event. Next, Advanced Media. Advanced Media guys is the largest distributor of professional video, photo, broadcast and cinematic equipment and accessories in the Middle East and MENA region. With over 2 decades of experience, Advanced Media is now the largest distributor in the Middle East, representing more than 100 recognizable brands, including brands such as Zeiss, DJI, Hasselblad, Red and Rode. As a matter of fact guys, the very mic that I'm recording is being sponsored by Advanced Media as well, and Advanced Media has showrooms in Saudi Arabia and services as well. Looks like they're definitely taking the Middle East by storm. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they're taking corporate social responsibility very seriously, and they're focusing on 3 P's, that is people, planet and prosperity. Now listen guys, if you do want to find out more information regarding the statement of corporate social responsibility, check out the website that is www.amt.tv. And here's the beautiful thing guys, they also want to be a leader and set an example and reputation as a pioneer and member of the community. And in doing so guys, they also have an AMT scholarship with SAE Institute in Dubai, UAE, so definitely check it out. And also guys, Advanced Media is committed to persistently developing, organizing and hosting training workshops, seminars and community events that educate, inform and familiarize consumers with new equipment and the latest technological advances. So listen guys, do one thing, if you do want to support this channel, go to the website that is www.amt.tv and follow the social media channels as well. All of the details are in the show notes below. Next, Startup OI is global one-tech platform for tech. It offers global high-paying tech jobs with flexibility in working time and location, global free tech events and tech networks to connect with global like-minded engineers. A brilliant platform to listen to the tech experts in Metaverse and to grab their insights. Now listen, all you have to do is download the app Startup OI. If you're using an Android version, go to Google Store and App Store for iOS devices. Alternatively, you can also click on the show notes below to download Startup OI. Next, guys, listen, if you're into fitness, if you're into adventure, if you want to do something wild but still want to keep your health in check, there is a new podcast in town, a podcast focusing on obstacle course race in the Middle East. The podcast is called the Race Pace Podcast. So check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And the Race Pace Podcast is a peer-to-peer community-driven podcast where they talk all about obstacle course race in the Middle East, from Sandstorm to Spartan Race, from Tough Mudder to Desert Warrior Challenge, and also the Government Gulf Games, and quite a lot more. The podcast has interviews with athletes locally and internationally to get inside scoop on how athletes prepare for obstacle course race. In the podcast, they also talk about interesting stories on why they are motivated to do obstacle course race. And that's not all, they also plan to release 7 NFTs, and these NFTs are no ordinary. These NFTs will represent every emirate in the UAE. And listen guys, these NFTs are going to be absolutely massive. So do one thing, go to Spotify, go to iTunes, go to any leading podcasting platform, check out the Race Pace Podcast across all leading platforms. And finally guys, not your keys, not your crypto. If you have dabbled with cryptocurrencies and now are seriously getting to protect your cryptocurrencies, there is no better way to protect it by using a hardware wallet. And this is where Ledger Wallet kicks in. And Ledger Wallets are hardware cryptocurrency wallets made by Ledger
a company headquartered in Paris, France, and Ledger's hardware wallets are multi-currency wallets that are used to store private keys for cryptocurrencies offline. And Ledger offers two hardware wallets, the Ledger Nano and Ledger Nano X wallets. They are world-class experts with extensive crypto security backgrounds. They continuously look for vulnerabilities in Ledger products in a constant effort to improve the level of security. Now, in today's world, securing these digital assets is a critical challenge, and this is where Ledger kicks in. So click the link below to buy your hardware wallet and support this podcast. It is a brilliant way to support this podcast. So what are you waiting for? The link is in the show notes below.
Now guys, since you're taking care of that, let's kickstart by looking at the global cryptocurrency market. Now look guys, since the last 3 months there is one particular matrix I'm looking at which gives us a very strong indication as to how the prices are going to be reacting. And this particular matrix guys is the ETF inflows and outflows, and it is no surprise because of geopolitical uncertainty because of Ukraine and Russia guys. And there is an outflow of $73.4 million. Now I'm pretty much sure guys, later on we'll get more clarity between peace between Russia and Ukraine. And along with President Zelensky guys, a lot of European leaders are also meeting President Donald Trump, isn't it? Now look guys, so far as war and politics is concerned, I do want to go ahead and share 2 quotes guys. The first one is by Julian Assange, and this was more in context of the Afghanistan war guys, and what he actually said. The goal is an endless war, not a successful one. Now we know that Julian Assange was heavily involved in the world of Bitcoin, isn't it? As a matter of fact guys, Satoshi Nakamoto did actually stop a lot of communications when WikiLeaks started to go and accept a lot of Bitcoin. Now look guys, this particular quote by Julian Assange is extremely powerful. And last night guys, I also heard Marco Rubio in one of the interviews, and according to me guys, he gave a really iconic quote as well, which is also connected to war. And what he actually said is, the goal of the Trump administration is not to win any war, but to go and put an end to all the wars. This, according to me guys, is a really iconic and beautiful quote. Now one of the reasons why I wanted to talk about this is because news at a geopolitical level is clearly impacting the price of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, isn't it? So it's going to be really interesting to see guys what the outcome of the meetings are that is scheduled to take place this entire week. And I'd really urge you guys to go and look at the investor confidence, and I'm talking about high net worthy individuals, institutional investors, and the ETF inflows does give an indication as to what the sentiment is in it. And since the last 24 hours guys, there is an outflow of $73.4 million. Now that thing being said, if you look at the global cryptocurrency market, it is still about the $4 trillion mark. It is right now at $4.08 trillion, and since the last 24 hours guys, it is actually up by 0.6%. And what I'm really liking guys, if you look at the volume since the last 24 hours, today it is at $105 billion. Now you also need to remember guys, I'm looking at this number in the early hours of Dubai, and technically it is still Sunday in most of the Western countries, so the cryptocurrency market volume at $105 billion is definitely looking great for an early Monday hours. Now let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges, and the 24-hour volume of decentralized exchange today is at $11.69 billion, and so far the fees accumulated because of these transactions guys, the fees charged is $72.61 million, and one matrix guys which gives an indication as to what the new narrative regarding Ethereum or Solana treasury firms is, that is the total value locked. And today the total value locked is about the $150 billion mark. It is at $153.76 billion. And one matrix guys which I personally keep an eye on is the decentralized to centralized exchange dominance. And today that percentage is 37.16%. Now lately guys, particularly in Dubai, there's a lot of hype regarding real world asset tokenization, isn't it? And if you look at the total value lock connected to real world assets, today it is at $14.57 billion. Now let's quickly run to the volume of decentralized exchanges, because Uniswap is leading the pack with $3.88 billion, followed by PancakeSwap at $1.49 billion. Radium guys is at number 3rd with $641.7 million. Aerodrome is at number 4th with $505.7 million. And at number 5th guys is an exchange called Zucuba, which I do believe made its debut less than a month ago, and its 24-hour volume is $479.84 million. Now let's quickly run to the volume of stable coins, because stable coins right now are the driving force of the cryptocurrency world, isn't it? And if you look at the 24-hour volume of Tether USDT guys, today it is at a staggering $85.56 billion, followed by Circle USDC at $10.05 billion. FDUSD guys is at number 3rd, and its 24-hour volume is $4.59 billion. Now let's quickly run to the dominance, 24-hour trading volume and market cap of Bitcoin and Ethereum. And since the last 2 months, guys, because of this whole narrative regarding Ethereum treasury firms, the dominance of Ethereum has drastically been pumping up, and today it is at 13.60%, whereas the dominance of Bitcoin is at 58.68%. And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume of Bitcoin, guys, today it is at $45.82 billion, and it is needless to say a lot of people are buying a lot of Ethereum, isn't it? And if you look at the 24-hour trading volume, guys, today it is at $32.97 billion. Now, prior to the whole narrative regarding Ethereum treasury firm, guys, on an average given day, Ethereum's 24-hour trading volume used to be 1/3. On certain occasions, half of that of Bitcoin's 24-hour trading volume. But it looks like since the last 3 months, the 24-hour trading volume of Ethereum is definitely picking up pace. Now, that thing being said, guys, Ethereum's market cap since the last 72 hours has definitely taken a massive hit. On the 15th of August, Ethereum's market cap was at $560 billion, but today it has fallen down to $542 billion. And regarding Bitcoin's market cap, guys, it is down to $2.34 trillion. Now look, guys, I cannot stress this enough. This entire week will drastically change not just the market cap, but even the prices of Bitcoin, isn't it? Now look, guys, I cannot stress this enough. Because of geopolitical news, this entire week is crucial not just for world peace, but also for the stock market as well as Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. And if you look at the price of Bitcoin right now, guys, today it is at $117,824, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 0.21%, but since the last 7 days it is actually down by 1.39%. Ethereum, guys, right now is at $4,466, and since the last 24 hours it is up by 1.98%, and since the last 7 days it is up by 5.59%. Ripple or XRP is at $3.09. But since the last 24 hours, it is down by 0.15%, and since the last 7 days, it is actually down by 2.39%. Now look, guys, it is needless to say that politics and politicians, they have a very strong say in the trajectory and direction of Bitcoin and cryptocurrency adoption, isn't it? And Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, they are focused on educating politicians. And what happened is on the 15th of August, which was the Independence Day in India, guys, they launched a think tank in India, guys, which is an initiative to promote Bitcoin as a tool for financial sovereignty and economic security. And the think tank, guys, aims to provide research, education, and policy advocacy to position Bitcoin as a strategic tool for India's economic future. And they're looking at plethora of things, guys, from hedging geopolitical risk to turning energy resources into monetary assets. Now, regarding the Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, their move in India is focusing on 5 pillars. The first one is Sovereign Mining Initiative, and they will be guiding states on converting renewable energy into Bitcoin. Now look, so far as India is concerned, historically it has had a love-hate relationship, isn't it? The Reserve Bank of India definitely hates Bitcoin, but so far as the Supreme Court is concerned, guys, they are definitely in favor of Bitcoin adoption. So it's going to be really interesting to see what relevant states' approach towards Bitcoin is. And the next focus, guys, is on policy advocacy and research. And the Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, serves as a credible resource for regulators and policymakers. And the third pillar that they are focusing on is strategic research initiative, and they want to strengthen the use case of Bitcoin as a treasury asset. Now, with President Donald Trump implementing tariffs, guys, I very strongly feel that it is high time for India to have a positive approach regarding Bitcoin, isn't it? And it's needless to say, guys, that can only happen with better education in Bitcoin, which, by the way, is the fourth pillar the Bitcoin Policy Institute is focusing on in India. And by educating Bitcoin, guys, they want to demystify Bitcoin and promote financial literacy. And finally, guys, the fifth pillar that the Bitcoin Policy Institute is focusing on is enabling commerce and payments, and they want to support adoption of low-cost global transactions. Now, with billions of people in India, guys, and billions of dollars worth of remittances, Bitcoin adoption can definitely play a massive role, isn't it? Now, I'm really curious to check, guys, the Bitcoin Policy Institute is focusing on Lightning Network, because according to me, guys, Lightning Network, not blockchain technology, should be the new narrative. And let's say, guys, if street vendors and retail institutions go and start accepting Lightning Network as a form of payment, I do think it could potentially give India a competitive edge. Now, based on the news, guys, the Bitcoin Policy Institute will begin publishing a white paper on mining opportunities, and they will be releasing a CFO Playbook for corporations considering Bitcoin as a treasury asset. And the founders of Bitcoin Policy Institute, guys, they have emphasized India's opportunity to lead in the global financial paradigm, with industry voices welcoming Bitcoin Policy Institute India as a much-needed resource for clear, as well as India-focused Bitcoin research. So it's going to be really interesting to see, guys, what the outcome to this is. And now, according to me, guys, Prime Minister Narendra Modi is definitely a genius person, And could it be possible that him, along with businesses in India, take a positive approach towards Bitcoin as well as Lightning Network? According to me, guys, if they focus on Lightning Network, India, despite being late, could have a competitive advantage. Let's see, guys, if that thing happens or not. Now, guys, let's go and talk a really interesting move that is done by Federal Reserve Board. Because under the Trump administration, guys, regulators have adopted a more friendly approach to digital asset industry, isn't it? And on the 15th of August 2025, guys, the Federal Reserve Board did actually announce it will end Novel Activity Supervision Program, which was actually created by Joe Biden in 2023 to oversee banking's involvement in crypto and fintech. Now, since the last 3 months, guys, Federal Chair Jerome Powell, in all of the interviews, he's definitely advocating for Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies as well. And the Federal Reserve Board said that the program gave it a deep understanding of related risk and risk management practices, and this knowledge will now be integrated into the normal banking supervisory process. So look, guys, this news is definitely great. What this actually means is, now the banking industry will be able to offer banking services for crypto-related firms. And this is definitely a massive win, isn't it? Because one of the pain points for founders was they could not get any banking services. As a matter of fact, guys, few years ago in England, if there were any cryptocurrency transactions, your banking account was closed. In fact, even in India, guys, they did put out an official statement that if they do see any cryptocurrency transactions on your statements, they will completely go ahead and ban your account. And they have definitely closed a lot of banking accounts as well. So this move by the Federal Reserve Board, guys, I'm pretty much sure will serve as an inspiration to other countries. Because whether we like it or not, guys, other countries tend to follow a similar approach what the United States of America does. And I'm pretty much sure because of this announcement by the Federal Reserve Board, all of the other countries will be following a similar pursuit as well. And here's the thing, guys, if they don't do it, they are the ones who will be lacking behind, isn't it? So really important information. Now let's talk about another important development that is done by an exchange called as OKX. And OKX, guys, they have decided to burn $26 billion worth of OKB tokens. And by doing that, guys, they have reduced the supply to 21 million. So essentially, guys, what OKX exchange did is they burned 279 million Ethereum-based OKB tokens, which was worth nearly $26 billion. And here's the thing, guys. This was done as part of a major supply restructuring that cuts total supply from 300 million to merely 21 million. And it is needless to say they are mirroring Bitcoin's fixed supply, isn't it? So essentially, guys, what they're doing is they are reducing the supply. And what cryptocurrency firms can do is, guys, they can do that by a process called as burning mechanism. Now, burning mechanism, guys, is extremely simple. So essentially, in burning mechanism, what happens is they send a lot of these tokens to a public address that does not have a private key. And because that public address does not have a private key, guys, the funds in a way are completely gone, isn't it? And earlier at the beginning of the episode, I talked about central bank digital currencies. Now look, guys, me personally, I'm definitely not a fan of central bank digital currencies as such. But once central bank digital currency gets implemented, guys, one way to go and better manage inflation is to go and reduce the supply. And they can do that by something called as burning mechanism. So essentially what you can do is whatever excess money is there, you can essentially put it into a public address. And that public address, guys, does not have a private key. So essentially, guys, think of it, you have an email address, but the password for it does not exist at all. So the funds in a way are temporarily gone, isn't it? Now what central bank digital currencies can do is, guys, they can take it a step further. In order to better manage inflation, guys, they can create a smart contract and they can put it at a public address for a specific period of time. And after that period is done, guys, those funds can be released back again. And this is the power of using digital currencies, isn't it? Now regarding the funds coming back, guys, that would technically not be called as burning mechanism. They might probably come up with a new name for it. So it is so important that we truly understand some of the finer technical details regarding burning mechanism. But look, guys, at an outset, what that means is you're sending funds to a public address that essentially does not have a private key. And by doing that, guys, you're essentially reducing the supply. And OKX exchange has taken a bold move by burning $26 billion in OKB tokens, isn't it? And it's needless to say, guys, once the supply is reduced, the demand increases, isn't it? And this move by OKX, which boosts OKB scarcity, guys, sent the token up nearly 100% in just a matter of a week. And it also reached a new all-time high of $135 billion. And the token OKB, guys, also serves as the native token for OKX's Ethereum Layer 2 network, that is X Layer, which is being upgraded to improve throughput and cut transaction costs. And this burn, guys, is part of OKX's broader strategic shift to focus on X Layer to completely phase out of OKT chain. And then they want to expand to DeFi payments and real-world asset tokenization. Really brilliant and strategic move, isn't it? But the big question, guys, is Who goes ahead and gets to decide how many tokens should be burned? Are these the founding members or people who have a lot of tokens? But nonetheless, guys, news such as this is really interesting news in the world of cryptocurrencies, isn't it? Now, guys, let's go ahead and discuss some news in the world of Monero. And last week, guys, I talked about Monero's 51% attack, isn't it? And essentially what happened is, there was a firm called Cubic, guys. They claimed they had 51% control over Monero's hashing power. But a lot of people were skeptical regarding this. But at the same time, guys, you could actually see in the Block Explorer there were a couple of shifting going on. And just to protect the users, guys, Kraken, which is one of the oldest cryptocurrency exchange in the world, they decided to temporarily pause Monero deposits after discovering this particular issue. Because it does raise a lot of security concerns and centralization, isn't it? But here's the interesting thing, guys. The exchange said it is closely tracking development and will reopen deposits once its team decides conditions are secure. And here's the thing, guys. Kraken has also noted that XRM or Monero trading and withdrawals will continue to operate without absolutely any interruptions. Really unfortunate development, isn't it? So these were some macro level news, guys, on the Bitcoin blockchain and cryptocurrency world. Now let's go ahead and look at two news from Dubai, UAE and the Middle East. And both the news, guys, are in the world of artificial intelligence. Now the first news is the massive news. And Dubai Airport, guys, they have launched the first AI-powered passenger corridor. So let me go ahead and share more information regarding this. Because the project was announced by Lieutenant General Mohammed Ahmed Al-Mari, who's the General Director of Residency and Foreign Affairs. Now regarding this corridor, guys, it represents a major leap in smart travel technology. And here's the thing, guys. Passengers can cross the corridor in just a matter of few seconds. So essentially what happens is, the system allows travelers to bypass passport control without showing documents, and up to 10 passengers can cross at any point of time. Now the traditional procedures only processes one passenger at a time, isn't it? So they've actually increased it by tenfold. Now the entry system starts with passengers walking on red carpet passageway. Now look, one of the reasons why this news is so powerful is because Dubai International Airport has been the busiest airport for international flights for 11 consecutive years, isn't it? So they're essentially reducing the time almost tenfold. Now the airport is promoted as a gateway showcasing the UAE to the world, and the corridor, guys, is part of an integrated system aiming for travel without borders experience, and it does align with General Director of Residence and Foreign Affairs' long-term vision of technology integration. And here's the thing, guys. AI ensures seamless transit while maintaining high security standards, and so far as traditional passport inspections are concerned, guys, they are being phased out as well. Because AI systems automatically refer suspicious documents to forgery experts, and passenger data is recognized before reaching checkpoints, thereby speeding a lot of processing time. So essentially, guys, by this move, the system doubles capacity by handling multiple passengers at once, and the travelers, guys, in the busy airport of Dubai have definitely praised the corridor as a transformative innovation that delivers speed, efficiency and improved travel experience. So really interesting development, isn't it? And look, as I can confidently state, when you actually visit Dubai Airport, so far as technology and security is concerned, it is definitely one of the best places in the world, isn't it? Really interesting development, and not surprised it is done by Dubai Airport. Now, guys, let's go ahead and tap some news in the world of artificial intelligence from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And Saudi Arabia, guys, is adopting artificial intelligence, augmented reality and virtual reality to transform its tourism sector. And this move, guys, supports Vision 2030 and economic diversification goals. And the National Tourism Strategy targets 150 million annual visitors by 2030. And the strategy also aims to raise tourism GDP contribution from 3% to a staggering 10%. And flagship projects like NEOM, Red Sea Project, Diria, Qiddiya as well as New Maraba are central to the vision. And artificial intelligence, guys, will power personalized trip planning and immersive visitor engagement, and biometric system will streamline travel and immigration process, and IoT-enabled solutions will enhance accommodations and infrastructure management, and artificial intelligence and virtual reality, guys, will bring immersive storytelling to cultural and entertainment sites, and investment in smart contract infrastructure, guys, include AI-driven airports and digital visa platforms. And Saudi's young tech-savvy population, guys, supports rapid adoption of smart tourism as well. And sustainability and regenerative tourism models are core priorities as well. And tourists are increasingly using artificial intelligence, with 87% of Saudis relying on generative AI tools for trip planning. And AI-driven systems, guys, allow real-time personalization and seamless visitor experiences, and service robots may handle routine tasks in hotels to boost efficiency. Now, experts, guys, still highlight challenges such as reliance on foreign tech, need for talent development and regulatory gaps, and also, guys, strong data governance, cyber security and standards will be essential, isn't it? But despite these challenges, guys, Experts do see smart tourism as a catalyst for Saudi Arabia to become a global innovation leader in travel industry. And look guys, I cannot stress this enough. Since the last 3 years, I'm seeing so many news coming from the Kingdom of Saudi Arabia. And when you talk about artificial intelligence and upcoming technologies, guys, it is so great to see that the government is actually involved in it. Really interesting development in my honest opinion. So these were some macro level news, guys, on the Bitcoin, blockchain, cryptocurrency and artificial intelligence world from Blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating and share the word across. Now for the next few minutes is going to be an Ask Me Anything series where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. So let's kick start with the Ask Me Anything series. Hey everyone, before we go ahead and kickstart the Ask Me Anything series, I do have some really interesting announcements. The first one is an interesting partnership, and this is connected to Bitcoin events. Now look guys, you know that Bitcoin is the king of all kings, isn't it? And the OGs of Bitcoin events, that is Bitcoin Inc., they have a massive event taking place in August in Hong Kong. And guess what guys? Blockchain DXB is the official media partner for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And this particular event guys takes place in August in Hong Kong. And Bitcoin Asia is the region's premier Bitcoin gathering event where builders, investors as well as investors meet. So at this event guys, expect powerful keynotes, bold conversations, and a headlining session with none other than Eric Trump, and he will be sharing his vision for Bitcoin's long-term potential. And more importantly, he along with a lot of Bitcoin OGs guys, they will be talking about the role of Bitcoin in global finance. And at the Bitcoin Asia 2025 event guys, they will be discussing Asia's massive impact on adoption. And look, as Bitcoin Asia event connects global Bitcoin communities and drives innovation across cultures and markets, from infrastructure to regulations, privacy tools to lightning development and quite a lot more. And for you listeners of the Blockchain DXB podcast guys, I have a cool discount code of 10% for you. And the code is pretty simple guys. It is DXB, that is D for David, X for X-ray and B for Bravo. And DXB is the code for Dubai as well, isn't it? So what are you waiting for guys? In the show notes below you'll see the registration details for Bitcoin Asia 2025. And look guys, Hong Kong is calling. So be part of the future of Bitcoin. Now the next announcement guys is another big one. And this is connected to Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. And Blockchain DXB once again is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Now me personally guys, I did attend the Future Blockchain Summit going back to 2017. And the fact is guys, it is one of the biggest, oldest as well as boldest blockchain events in the region. And according to me as well as a lot of advocates of Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies, Future Blockchain Summit as well as Fintech Search 2025 is probably the biggest event in the entire world. And this event guys takes place between the 12th and 15th of October at the iconic location of Dubai Harbour. So this is going to be the place where blockchain meets fintech to redefine the future of finance. So expect 250 world-class speakers, over 1,200 investors, live demos, product launches, as well as GITEX Digital Assets Forum. And all of this thing guys will be under one roof. So you can expect so-called Web3 pioneers to fintech leaders shaping payments, banking, insurtech, AI as well as decentralized finance. And this particular event guys brings the entire ecosystem together. This is the launchpad you've been waiting for. And by attending this event guys, you will be in a position to be in front of top venture capitals, accelerators as well as industry leaders. And for blockchain and fintech companies guys, this is where connection turns into partnerships and dream turns into reality. And because Blockchain DXB is the media partner for Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025 guys, in the show notes below you'll see the registration details, and there's a hidden discount code mentioned below as well. So do one thing guys, click on the show notes below, get yourself registered, and see you between the 12th and 15th at Dubai Harbour at the Future Blockchain Summit and Fintech Search 2025. Hey everyone, it's George from Blockchain DXB. You're listening to the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi and Metaverse. I have a question by Matt who asks, do you think India's Bitcoin Policy Institute could shape global Bitcoin adoption? This, to be honest, is such an important question, Matthew. Now, when you talk about Bitcoin Policy Institute, it is more of an American organization, isn't it? And if you actually go to the website, there is Bo Hines, who used to be the crypto advisory for President Donald Trump. He's a member of that as well. And based on the website, the only thing I can say is their goal is to go out and educate politicians all around the world on the benefits of Bitcoin. Now, regarding the move in India, it is really interesting because right now there's so much of drama going on regarding India and US regarding tariffs, isn't it? Now, President Donald Trump definitely likes Prime Minister Narendra Modi, but he's definitely not happy regarding tariffs. Now, imagine a world where India was leading in the Bitcoin front. Then Prime Minister Narendra Modi would be in the driving seat, isn't it? Unfortunately, that is not the case. So I do feel that the Bitcoin Policy Move Institute in India definitely is a great thing. And it does has the potential to shape Bitcoin adoption, isn't it? But here's the thing, Matthew. The scale of the impact will depend on execution and political will of India. Now, it's needless to say that India is the world's most populous country, especially when you talk about young tech-savvy population. And here's the thing, Matthew. India has already demonstrated the leadership in the so-called digital payment space, and this is through a program called UPI, which is a central bank digital currency project, isn't it? But let's say if the young tech-savvy population does go ahead and adopt Bitcoin at a national level, it could be an absolutely game changer. Now, according to me, India is relatively late in comparison to other countries, but because of the sheer size of it, I do feel one way India could actually give a competitive edge is by focusing on Lightning Network. And according to me, Matthew, Lightning Network, not blockchain technology, should be the narrative. So it's going to be really interesting to see if the Bitcoin Policy Institute is also focusing on Lightning Network, because when you talk about mining, it would be the state government who will be involved, and a lot of multimillionaires and billionaires in India will be involved in it. So average individuals will not be benefiting by it. So it's going to be really interesting to see if India can have the same momentum in Bitcoin as, let's say, it has in sports such as cricket or even football for that matter. Because if the young population actually does that, India could potentially be a game changer in the finance world. And another thing, Matthew, based on the news, what I really liked is, unlike Western economies where Bitcoin often gets framed primarily as a speculative asset, the Bitcoin Policy Institute in India is focusing on more of a tool for financial sovereignty, national security and economic innovation. And according to me, that narrative, if it is successful, could appeal strongly to emerging markets facing similar challenges, isn't it? So we're talking about Pakistan, Sri Lanka, maybe even Bangladesh, and we must say BPI, that is Bitcoin Policy Institute, making a move in those regions as well. So it's going to be really interesting to see if India does actually lead the research, education, as well as credible policy advocacy in the Bitcoin space. But only time will tell, isn't it? Because look, historically, India has had a more hate relationship to Bitcoin, as opposed to, let's say, a mixture of hate and love. And as I mentioned earlier as well, the Supreme Court and parts of the governments are definitely in favor of Bitcoin, but the biggest detractor of Bitcoin is the Reserve Bank of India. So it's going to be really interesting to see if there's some resistance by the Reserve Bank of India. Definitely interesting question, Matthew. And that's about all, guys. Somebody asked me anything. See some blockchain DXB. In case if you like listening to this podcast, please click on the follow button, give it a 5-star rating, and share the word across. Remember, Monday to Thursdays, we have Blockchain DXB podcast, where we cover top news and information pertaining to the process. We look at geopolitical news. We talk about what is going on at a macro level. We look at the latest technological development. And we also talk about regulatory changes, isn't it? And then, guys, we look at 2 news connected to Dubai, UAE, and the Middle East. We talk about the latest technological development. We talk about regional updates. And finally, guys, what you're listening to is the Ask Me Anything series, where your listeners can ask any questions regarding Bitcoin, blockchain, beyond blockchain, cryptocurrencies, NFTs, DeFi, and Metaverse. So thanks so much for listening, guys, and have a nice one. Bye-bye.